guys, so I wanted to talk about really almost the first year of ownership of the Tesla Model Y. I've done 11,000 miles, some various trips and adventures certainly for sure this year in 2023, and I just wanted to sort of, I suppose, give you my thoughts, impressions. I thought on this one I'd chat about the Tesla Model Y. So I got my Tesla Model Y, I want to say March in 2023, so still in this year as time of recording. And I've got a few months left until like the year anniversary. But some of the things I just wanted to tell about, the good and the bad and that sort of stuff. So from a good point of view, I can say, sorry, I was just checking there was somebody actually like reversing way too close to the front of my car. I'm sitting here in a Osprey charging. There's three 75 kilowatt chargers. It's just outside of Nebworth. It's all right, but the car park is really rammed, and there's a person next to me who blatantly just pulled into one of the chargers because there was no other parking spaces. It doesn't look like there's any fines here either, which is a shame. Anyway, so yeah, over the time so far that I've had, and this is a leased car, to be honest, the benefits and the good stuff has far outweighed the bad, and not even the bad, the kind of just things that maybe I don't particularly like, or I'd prefer different things. So what's good about the Tesla Model Y then? So for me, with no home charging still, it's the charging network, 100%. Now I am charging an Osprey charger today, and the reason for that is that whilst the Tesla supercharging network is great, it's not always convenient for me unless you're going somewhere. Whereas me, because I don't have home charging, and at the moment it's been anywhere between 0 and 4 degrees, I'm losing a bit overnight, and I've been out and traveling and stuff, so I like to make sure that it's got a bit extra in there until I can get to, say, work and charge, or I can go to a Tesla charger or another charger to charge up fully. But I can't fault the Tesla supercharged network whatsoever. It's so convenient, so easy. You turn up, plug in, that's it. There's no faffing around with cards or payment cards or apps and all that sort of stuff, all that nonsense. And that kind of proved a point when we took a trip to the French Alps, which, check out that video, because that and the unicycle video, I'm so still amazed that we done that. It was just the most incredible adventure. And that was 800 miles from Hertfordshire to the French Alps, and very little planning, if I'm honest. I got in the car at sort of midnight. I punched in where we were going in the French Alps, and the Tesla told me where to stop and where to charge. One exception was where it wanted to take us right into the middle of Paris, which we didn't want to do, so we just replanned for a different Tesla supercharger, and away we went again. It was seamless and easy, and that's how it is in this country, in the UK. It's just easy. So for me, when you're buying a Tesla, and I know this has been said countless times, you're buying the network. The car is great. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but the car is great. So that's the main thing for me. I think the car, maybe the next one that we get, if we do get another Tesla, it'll probably be a 3, or if they bring out a smaller one like a 2. The Y is too big personally for us, for the family. It's been fun camping in the back of it, don't get me wrong, that was good, but I think it's just a too big a car for us. But that's, again, personal preference, not really against the car as such. I really like the car. The car drives really well. I think probably one of the key things I would say is the suspension isn't fantastic. I've driven things like BMWs and Audis in the past, and the suspension is nowhere near as good as things like that. I find it quite, not harsh, but it's not as soft and as comfortable as, say, an Audi or a BMW. Again, could be personal preference, but I just personally don't think the quality on the suspension is there. And I haven't personally had any problems with like panel gaps or any of that stuff that would plague the early Teslas. And the other thing maybe that I would change, I would have a heads-up display in front um, of the steering wheel. The Tesla Model S, I believe, has that, and as well as the screen. I just find whilst the screen and the bits that you need to see are on the right side, like in the UK they're on the right hand side of the screen, so you do get the information there. I just find that you shouldn't be glancing away from the screen, and it'd be better in front of you. Again, personal preference, but I think personally that would be better. Anything else? I'm struggling to find things that are actually wrong with it. Maybe the other thing, and again, I know there's some hacks and things like that around here, but when you go to a supercharge and you put it in the sat nav, obviously it preconditions the car so you get the most range out of it. With normal chargers, if they are shown on the map, you can't do that, and it'll be good if there's some way of manually preheating the car. If you're not, it's more of if you're not going to be too long to that charger. So for me, I've come 5 miles down the road to get to this charger. It'll be good to sort of see if I can get a bit of preconditioning before I get there, because on longer journeys your car would naturally do that, and I'd probably be using the Tesla superchargers anyway. And the other thing is some more integration with maybe some of the other companies like the likes of Osprey and Instavolt and people like that. There's no reason why these can't be shown up on the Tesla screen. You're not always going to be using a Tesla charger, so it'll be good to, to understand where those are and preconditioned before you get there. Other than that, to be honest, I think largely the build quality of the car is really good. There's not really been a problem when I've been on long journeys. It's never really been an issue. I don't trust the autopilot stuff in it, and that's not a criticism of the software. That's me. I prefer driving. Even cruise control and things like that, I'm a little bit hesitant on. I don't really like those things. I have used it on longer journeys, but again, it's not something that. So really, that's it. I like the car. It's been amazing to drive. The charging network has made things easy. In some ways, it's made driving an EV boring in a way. There's no range anxiety and things like that you used to have on older cars. So it has changed the way I think about EVs, which is good for the wider audience. For me, it's what started the channel and things like that. So it's changed the dynamic of what I want, and hence the reason why I pick and choose some of the things I record in terms of car reviews and things. There hasn't been much exciting. There is the Citroen Amy coming up as well. Really fun little car to drive. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, all in all, if you're thinking about buying a Tesla, it's worth it. They are expensive. EVs are still expensive. The local charging network around me, there'll be another video about that because there's some issues still, certainly in Hertfordshire and certainly around where I live. So I'll get into a video around that soon. But on the whole, I would buy another Tesla. Having bought this and maybe looking at other stuff, and depending on what the network charging is like when I get my next car, which will be in like 3+ years time anyway, then my views might change. It might be a Hyundai or a Nissan or whatever at the time. I do like Teslas, and it's a car I've always wanted. Now I've got it and I've used it. It's great. It's made journeys easy. It's made owning an EV easy with no home charging. And when GrivServe come in Stevenage / Nebworth next year, it'll make it even easier. But Tesla is not the be and end all. There are other amazing electric cars out there. And actually, if you're thinking about buying an electric car or test driving an electric car, as a recording in November when it's like 0 to 4 degrees, perfect time to test drive an EV. If you test drive it this time of year, you'll get in the best case range from it, and try and get the test drive for a long period of time. Anyway, that was it. It was just really a bit of a catch up around the Model Y, what I think after, 11,000 miles, and yeah, hopefully more miles to come with no issues. So I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye.